Boys ready? Ladies and gents, set, hi.
So, what is your name?
My name is Anna Isis Brown.
Okay, and where do you work?
I work at the Paraclete Academy in South Boston.
Okay, where do you live?
I live here in the former St. Augustine's Convent. So I live on the 3rd floor and the classes are on the 2nd and 1st floor. It's nice. I mean, it's a little creepy because there's a lot of empty rooms, but we actually have 2 current sisters, not of Notre Dame, who are living here from Rwanda, so they make it seem more legitimate as a convent. I don't know, I think we've been able to take the kids out to a lot of new places in Boston.
Where have you taken them?
Let's see, we went to the Old South Meeting House for the Boston Tea Party reenactment, we went to the JFK Museum, we went to Walden Pond. We're going to New Bedford to go to the Whaling Museum this Saturday. It's in connection with a book club book that they're reading.
Which is what?
The Revenge of the Whale, based on the true story behind Moby Dick.
Hey Scott.
Hey, is this better?
This is very nice.
Alright. I work at the Paraclete Academy. We're an after-school program for 5th and 6th graders, sort of a supplementary learning, academic enrichment. We have a lot of clubs and activities, anything from cooking to art to creative writing, writing and reading, and math as well. Being on the other side of the classroom is kind of a trip. Hearing myself say things that I heard yelled at me once upon a time, things like, you know, is that what you think you should be doing? Is that appropriate right now? You know, things like that. All those classic cliche teacher phrases that are the first thing that come to mind when somebody's misbehaving.
From what I understand, this used to be an old convent, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Is it still a convent?
I think it is technically zoned as still a convent by the city, so I live in a convent.
And it's very big, right? Was it 4 floors?
Yeah, 4 floors.
Well, so with such a big building, how do you resist the urge to constantly play hide and go seek?
Who said that I resisted the urge?
Could you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Ben Closter.
Very good. And so I guess the students call you Mr. Closter?
Students call me Mr. Closter indeed.
Okay.
Strange change.
So could you tell me a little bit about what you do here at the Paraclete?
Yes, I am currently teaching English to 5th graders and math to 6th graders.
And tell me a little bit about the robotics course that you oversee.
The robotics course is a really interesting one. Again, like I said, I'm so much more familiar with humanities and English than math, but the robotics one has been a really fun hands-on project course where the kids are literally building their own robots. The kids thought that they were starting a BattleBots class and were very disappointed when they realized that the robots would not breathe fire.
Okay.
And they've had to do some pretty high-level math thinking for 5th graders, and they've just done incredibly well with it. Lots of moments of frustration, but I would say more moments of excitement and joy from the success of it.
What are your favorite traditions in Boston?
What are my favorite traditions in Boston? I have to say going to Fenway Park.
So Salem would be my #1 thing I would suggest to anyone coming to.
The Freedom Trail.
Okay.
Arnold Arboretum is pretty cool.
Okay.
A little bar and restaurant called Grendel's Den in Harvard Square.
I think springtime is beautiful. The Boston Garden is beautiful. It's the Boston Marathon is a very important part of Boston, and spring's my favorite time anyway. So I think spring would be the best time to come, because we're rejoicing because the snow is gone.
Like the Boston Commons, or like going to the beach in the fall because you know all the leaves are changing colors. If it's cold, you go do a cold day activity.
Yeah, what is a cold day activity? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Stay inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, there's a Packy up the road. And it took me a minute, but I remembered that someone had told me that a Packy is, in fact, a liquor store.
We use Wicked a lot.
Well, there's Wicked.
Well, Wicked Awesome.
Wicked Awesome.
Wicked Awesome.
Okay.
I felt like Boston terminology was a little bit overstated. The wicked pissa was a little bit too in my face. I haven't heard anyone say that phrase. I've heard pissa and I've heard wicked, but not together.
Okay. I still have a problem with it's either Worcester or Worcester. I'm not really sure how that works out.
Yeah, and apparently they have some kind of sauce. I don't know.
Yeah.
What Worcestershire sauce?
I heard someone once say pull a Yui.
Okay.
A what?
Just the accent. I parked my car in Harvard Yard.
Cars.
Kaz?
The kids, the 10-year-olds, they say sauced instead of like dissed. So they're like, you got sauced, Miss Isis! Or one of them loves
Does that happen?
to say...
Do they say that often to you?
No.
Do you get sauced often?
Sometimes. Not often.
Okay.
One of the other kids loves to say that he's a beast whenever he does something right. So he's like, I'm a beast! So I've started saying that as well.
Do you call it a water fountain or a bubbler?
Bubbler. It's a bubbler.
Water fountain.
Water fountain, definitely.
Water fountain.
I call it a water fountain.
Okay.
Water cooler.
It's a bubbler.
It's a bubbler.
It's a bubbler.
Well, water.
Yeah.
Bubbler.
A water.
We don't pronounce the R's.
So it's a water bubbler.
Water bubbler.
Definitely a water fountain. I'd never heard the word bubbler before. The first time I heard it, I thought it was like something you put in a bathtub.